Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for another office hours training. I am Crystal Gunn, your financial strategist, life insurance agent, and small business advisor. Part of my job as a strategist on the personal side or on the business side is to help you create a solid financial foundation, right? Redefine your personal financial relationship. And on the business side, I help you create a solid business base where you can grow, right? And life insurance, making sure you and your family are adequately covered. The biggest part of what I do is to help you have some aha moments, the self-discovery moments, because this is a journey and it's a process, right? And helping you see what no longer serves you so that you can release all of that madness and soar. All of that happens with helps with the breakthroughs. That's where you start to shift. That's where the magic happens, be it in your personal finances or your overall business. Whew, it's Thursday, y'all, and I am getting on a plane today. And I will be back this weekend. Just another chapter in my daughter's life that I'm excited to see her enter into. She is relocating to a whole nother state. First apartment by herself. She had apartments while she was in college, but roommates. And so I'm super, super excited about her going to get her master's and starting this second part or a new chapter in her life. But oh, y'all pray for me because I don't be ready to say goodbye to my baby. And I know I can jump on a plane or in a car anytime and get to her. Still just not the same. But anyway, all of August is dedicated to life insurance because it's so vitally important. I mean, it's very, very important. And so I want to start out August with digging into some misconceptions, why the misconceptions exist, educate you a little bit more on life insurance and show you how affordable it can be in some cases, and we can connect and get you adequate coverage. Monday, I started talking about the misconceptions of life insurance, with the first misconception being that life insurance is expensive. The second misconception being that life insurance is only for older people. The third misconception is that employer provided insurance is enough. Go back and watch those episodes. And let's get into misconception number 4, which is stay-at-home parents don't need life insurance. And many people believe that life insurance is only necessary for those who earn an income. That is so wrong, right? And since stay-at-home parents don't bring in a salary, it's assumed that they don't need coverage. Again, it's absolutely wrong and definitely untrue, right? But believing in this, believing that that stay-at-home parent doesn't need life insurance because they don't earn an income overlooks the value of that stay-at-home parent, right? So recent studies show that the annual value of a stay-at-home parent's work can be equivalent to a full-time salary, sometimes exceeding $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Let me say that again. Recent studies show the annual value of a stay-at-home parent's work can be equivalent to a full-time salary, sometimes exceeding $50,000 to $100,000 a year. So let's say you have kids now and the stay-at-home parent dies. Who's going to do what the stay-at-home parent did? You can't. You still got to go to work, right? So do you need a nanny, a housekeeper, a tutor, right? Who's doing the shopping? Who's, shuttling the kids back and forth to school? Who's doing all of those things? Who's washing the clothes? Who's cleaning the house? Who's cleaning up after those children, right? All of that costs money. So that extra policy on the stay-at-home parent will cover those costs that arise upon their death. Let's say that stay-at-home parent was only going to do so for a couple years. Had a baby, I want to stay home for a couple years, maybe even 3 or 4 until it was time for that child to go to kindergarten, right? And then they were planning on going back to work. Now, with that death, any future earnings of them going back to work, they also disappear and are gone. Right? So that value of that stay-at-home parent, it goes back to what we value though, also what we value in life. And I say it all of the time, like that same value that we put on getting a college education and getting that degree, we need to put a bigger value on getting financial education, right? We need to put value on those careers that don't earn a lot of money. So the janitor, the person that's coming in and cleaning the building for your company, right? We need to put value on stay-at-home parents. I know my mom stayed at home for a while. I remember going into the 6th grade and she was going back to work. But oh my God, the value that she brought into that household because she was at home when my dad was going to work, and what the value that she brought to us, the children, me and my brother, and the value that she brought to my dad, like you can't really put a price tag on that, right? And I believe our family was better off because my mom was able to stay at home for those years, right? And then she went back to work. But we have to put an extreme value on those stay-at-home parents. And so when you start to do that and you look at what that stay-at-home parent brings and what the death of that stay-at-home parent would do, right? You can't bring the person back. You can't usher somebody in. No, that nanny doesn't take the place. No, that housekeeper doesn't take the place, or that tutor doesn't take the place. But we do have to put people in those places in order to be able to do that. We have to have some revenue from that. So that's where that life insurance policy for that stay-at-home parent comes into play. Everyone needs life insurance. The amount of coverage and the type of policies will differ, but every single individual needs life insurance policies, right? So do me a favor, pull up all your current policies from work and from outside of work. Just read through them. Take a highlighter and just read through them. Most people will get a policy and never read through it, or whatever, especially from work. The employer provided policies. Most people never read through those, right? Just go through, read the policies. And then you want to make sure that those that are closest to you, especially those people that are beneficiaries, know about the policies. They know where they are. They know how to get them. It serves you to do a copy, to make a copy so that they know, because so often people die and then the family are in the house looking for policies because no one knew where the policies were. So pull out your current policies, read through them, take a highlighter to them and highlight the important parts. And then, make copies for those who are the beneficiaries. And like I said yesterday, you want to make sure that you have more than one. Go back and watch that episode and you will understand why. Make sure that they have a copy of that policy so that they know and can easily put their hands on it if and when, right, they are in need of it. Remember, life insurance is a necessity. And when I talk about getting your financial house in order, life insurance is part of that. Leaving your loved ones without your income or trying to figure out how to pay for your funeral is irresponsible. Not using the tool that can help to pass down some wealth to those that follow you, I think is also irresponsible, especially when it can be really affordable. So when you talk about loving your family, the least you can do is have adequate life insurance coverage. And when we talk about that 2053 prediction of Blacks having zero wealth, getting your financial house in order is how we ensure that that prediction doesn't become a reality. 2053 is only 29 years away. Stop waiting. We can't wait until 2050 to start working on our finances. We can't wait until 2040 to start working on our finances. We can't wait until 2025 to start working on our finances. We have to start today, right? And oftentimes we talk about building that generational wealth. How are you going to do it? You're going to do it working the job that you have when you don't have an efficient and effective budget and aren't intentionally saving for your retirement, right? So we talk about building generational wealth. Well, life insurance is a tool to do so. Real estate is another tool, right? We talk about breaking generational curses. So if the curse is going to stop with you, then you have to have the new systems of success. They must start with you. You have to get the tools in order to create those new systems of success and pass down the generational wealth. So my favorite thing for today, shocker, it's life insurance, right? It is life insurance. It's truly, truly important. And getting your financial house in order. Let's be clear, it is a journey. It's not something that you're going to do overnight. It's not something that, because listen, in most instances, you don't know the questions to ask because you don't know what you don't know. And it's okay that you don't know it. What's not okay is not getting your financial house in order. What's not okay is not showing up for financial education. What's not okay is not not being adequately insured, right? That's just not okay. It's just not. So complete the life insurance calculator to see how much coverage you should have. And then let's go from there. The link for doing that is in the description. It's about 3 questions. It's 3 simple questions to determine how much life insurance you need. Then schedule a free consultation with me and let's discuss the options, the plan, and the strategy, right? Because it may say you need $1.5 million. It doesn't mean that you need necessarily $1.5 million in this permanent policy. How much of that $1.5 million is a mortgage? Okay, you got a mortgage for $250,000. Maybe we do a policy, a term policy for $250,000, and it's really inexpensive. But until you start with the calculator and then we talk about that strategy, you don't know where it is that you're supposed to go. And then the other piece is when we're having the conversation during the strategy, there are other questions that I'm going to ask you to then make you think about other things. Future, well, what do you want to see for your children? What do you want to, you know what I mean? All of these other things, so that then you can say, okay, now we've thought this through. Now let's get some adequate coverage. And it's not, 3, we get to fill the gaps in the coverage, because I'm almost certain you're going to have gaps in your coverage. And then we can get your children insured as well. The link for scheduling that consultation and for the life insurance calculator are in the descriptions below. I know the information is helpful, so I'm not even going to say, is this information helpful? It is helpful, but what is even more helpful is for you to move on the information. Look, where yes, absolutely, I'm providing the information and would love to help you through this process. I might not be your person. Go to your person and talk about it and get the average coverage that you need, right? I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, if you need in personal or business strategy, let's talk about it. The links for scheduling a consultation for strategy sessions are also in the description below. Doing a strategy session about personal finances or business finances or credit is something totally different than the life insurance consultation. So just make sure that you're picking the right link, because depending upon what you want, what link you pick, life insurance consultations are free. Strategy sessions are not, but also there are questions and things that you need to have prepared. But it's questions that are asked that helps me to better prepare for you and for that session that we have. So also share this information with somebody else. Listen, You don't know who needs this information. You don't know who's been praying for this information, who's been looking for something for help. So make sure that you just go in and share this information for somebody. Share this information with somebody else. Stop being the gatekeeper to your own success and stop being the gatekeeper to somebody else's success, right? The more you know, the better you are. The more you know, the more you can do. The more you know, the more you heal, the more you help your children and the generations that follow you when we start talking about our finances and that 2053 prediction. And remember, always, always, always give yourself some grace. You don't know what you don't know. Your financial relationship was not defined by you. It doesn't work in your favor, but it's time for you to redefine it so that it does work in your favor. Keep striving for your next level and never, ever, ever give up on you. Invest in you. Stop looking at therapy, financial coaching, life insurance, self-care. Stop looking at those things as expenses and look at those things as investments so that you can always invest in you. I promise you, it is the best investment that you will make, and you will definitely not regret it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a fantastic weekend. I will be back next week with more misconceptions and more information, just so that you are learning more about life insurance and you continue on this road to getting your financial house in order. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Be sure to join me for the private online Q&A immediately following. The link is in the description. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss this opportunity. Thank you again, and I will see you on the other side.